Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. And if this is the first time you are watching a video of ours, kindly click on the subscribe button and then click on the notification icon to get more updates. My name is Jonathan Monesta and I'm here with Jnana Caksus. I think he is from Hare Krishna, right?
Yeah, I'm from Hare Krishna, I'm from Christianity, I'm from Islam, I'm from everywhere.
How can one person be from everywhere?
Anyway, the whole thing is, I was born into Christianity. My parents are Christians, and I still consider myself to be a Christian. Just that I will say I am a more advanced Christian.
Okay.
Because my Christianity is not just based on beliefs, but it's based on realization of the facts. So, yes, I would say I'm a Hare Krishna, I'm Hindu, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. Because to be frank with you, the essence of our religion doesn't contradict, it doesn't conflict.
Okay.
It is only the designations, the names, the tags that differs. But when it comes to the essence, trust me, religion is only one. And all boils back to one point, love.
Okay. And
surrender to God. So you may call it Hare Krishna, you may call it Hinduism, maybe Buddhism, or Christianity, Islam. But trust me, it's only one thing, love. So I'm from everywhere. Okay. But currently, if you ask me where do I worship, then I will tell you I worship with the Hare Krishna people.
Okay.
That is it.
Okay. Wow. So do you believe in Jesus Christ?
I don't just believe in Jesus Christ. I accept him as well. Believing in something and accepting something is two different things. So I do believe in Jesus, that he's the Son of God. He was a messenger of God who was sent for a purpose. Okay. And not just believing in him, but also accepting him that truly he was sent for a purpose. He was sent by God. He was sinless. Okay. He came down over here. He preached to us. We were so stupid. We didn't want to accept his, sublime message or information. So people were not so happy with him and they crucified him. So I believe that and I accept that.
Okay. And what's the difference between you believing and you accepting? Because some people say they believe and accept Jesus Christ also.
You know what? Somebody believes that the sun is like a football.
Okay.
That's a belief. Most people believe like that. But in reality, the sun is bigger than just a football. The sun is so many times bigger than our earth. So somebody who just see the sun from far might believe that the sun looks like a small football. That is belief. But if somebody is able to travel all the way up there to see the size of the sun, so now you don't just speak based on just beliefs, okay, but because of reality, based on reality or based on facts. So believing in something and accepting something is a different thing altogether. So somebody can believe that the sun is like a football, but in actuality it's bigger than that. Okay. But somebody who travels out there will be able to believe that the sun looks like a ball. Not only that, in reality, it is bigger and bigger than, even our earth. So that is believing in something and accepting something. So in Krishna consciousness, because something theory and we have something realized. So knowledge must be first in the form of theory, and then it must be in the form of realization.
Okay.
So first, you believe in something you don't know. You know that?
Yeah.
You only believe in something you don't know. So believing in Jesus Christ is not complete. It means you don't know him.
Okay.
You must know him.
Okay.
And knowing him is a reality.
Okay.
Do you know your mother or you believe your mother?
I know my mother.
Because you know her, right?
Yes.
So if you say you believe in something, it means you don't know.
50-50.
No. Believing in something means you don't know.
You don't know.
When you know something, you know it.
Okay.
So yes, we don't just believe in Christ. We believe in him. We accept him. It means that apart from the beliefs, we also know that he exists.
Okay. He
is a reality. He was sent for a purpose. And that makes us Christians, Muslims, and Hindus and everything alike.
Okay. We have a vast majority of viewers, so we will be switching between the local language and the English language.
Sure.
I think
that will be fine. That will be fine.
Okay.
I do appreciate that.
Talking about Jesus Christ, he's not an ordinary human being. And it makes me think, are we alone in this universe? we'll be hearing angels, demons, demigods, but our main topic today is actually about connecting to your guardian angel.
Sure.
But we want to know whether they really exist.
Okay. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the creation of God, the setup of God, it is very sophisticated, and I expect our viewers to pay attention because they will be hearing of many new things probably they've never heard of it before, and maybe some kind of revelations. So they need to take their time. Maybe after this our video, they can go and do their own research to see whether what we will be discussing today makes sense or doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
In fact, we have 8,400,000 species of life. 8,400,000 species of life. The 8 million species are considered to be in the lower bodies. So if I say lower bodies, I mean how many living beings live in the water bodies?
Okay.
How many are in the form of trees? How many are in the form of insects?
Okay.
How many are in the form of birds? How many in the form of aquatics? How many in the form of beasts? So when you add all these together, you have 8 million. For instance, we have 900,000 different species in the water bodies. We have, say, 1.1 trees.
When you say water bodies, are you talking about the fishes we know? Or?
Yes, all different fishes. We have whale, we have shark, we have this, we have the all together. You have different 900,000.
Okay.
Understand? Yeah. And when it comes to trees, maybe you have sepele, we have odum, we have this all together, maybe 1.1. Like that, it will give you 8 million. But the remaining 400,000 species are considered to be superior species. And they are the form of the human species. So when it comes to the human species, we have 400,000. For instance, those of us on Earth, we have the black body, we have the white body, we have the red Indians, we have the albinos, we have these pigeons, like that, just smart, they're kind of. We have series of them. We have 400,000, including the angels, the archangels, the demigods, the apsaras, the gandharvas, and there are many of us. 400,000. Okay? So some of these beings are more superior than we human beings on earth.
How are they superior more than us? Because
See, when
the Bible says humans are the apple of God's eyes.
No. Humans were created in the image and the likeness of God, but not in the aspect of superiority, because God is like us. If I say God is like us, what I mean is God have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, like us, 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 head. We are the direct image of God. So like the way our form looks like, that's how God looks like.
Really?
Even though God is able to assume any other form, but the original form of God is like ours. The angels don't look like God because they have 2 hands and with wings. The archangels have 2 hands and 6 wings and legs. They are like human beings, but they possess different features. But the human beings don't have wings. We are the direct image of God. But when it comes to ability of performance, the other beings that are more superior than us. See, there are 8 elements that God created every being with. So depending on the element that predominates in your body, that will either minimize or maximize your capabilities. For instance, if the element of water is so much in the body, you are able to sustain yourself in the water bodies. So the fishes and the beings in the waters, as soon as they die, they lose so much water and they turn to very tiny body because there's so much water in their system. Okay? The beings that are able to fly, it means that the air predominates the other elements in their system. You get it?
Okay.
Those of us that are able to walk on earth, it means that the earth element supersede all the other elements. But there are other beings that don't even possess the 5 gross elements. That is the earth, water, fire, air, and ether. They don't. They possess only the 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and ego. For them, they don't have any limitation because what limits us is the 5 gross materials. So the 400,000 species of life, some of the beings possess the mind, the intelligence, and the false ego. They are subtle beings, like the angels, like the archangels, like the Gandharvas, like the Apsaras and the fairies. They all possess bodies like ours, but they are made up of subtle elements. So they can appear and unappear. They can manifest and unmanifest at will.
Okay.
Yes, so those beings, because they are superior to some of us, nature arranges such a way that they become our guardians.
So everybody has a guardian angel.
Everybody on earth have a guardian angel. Everybody. The same way every one of us possesses a star.
Okay.
Everybody also possess or have a guardian angel.
And then how come we can't feel them or see them?
See, the truth of the matter is, just recently we battled the COVID-19 for so long. The trouble that this ailment caused the earth is so massive. Have you ever seen the COVID virus before?
No.
But there are people who are able to say it, right?
Okay.
You need some qualification to see an ordinary virus. So if you want to see a subtle being, there must be a qualification. So what I'm trying to saying that the saying that goes that seeing is believing is just for the ignorant, those who are not intelligent. Because these our eyes can't see anything. When something is very close to your eyes, like here, can you see it?
No.
When something is so far from your eyes, like here to Kumasi, can you see it?
No.
So what is the power and the ability of this your eye that is saying seeing is believing? Intelligent people don't see with the eyes, they see with the ears. So when you tell them don't steal, because if you see you go to jail, that is it, they've seen that. And they will stop, they won't go close to stealing. Foolish people see through the eyes. They want to see before they believe. So no, spiritual life means just paying attention, strictly. You just hear. You hear not from anybody, from authentic source. Then you begin to believe in it. You must try to learn the truth by approaching somebody who knows. So yes, these beings are there. These our eyes can see anything. We can't really see anything. Do you see how the digestion takes place in your body?
No.
Huh? When the food is in your mouth, do you know what happens there? No. So these are why I can't see anything. So these beings are real. They are there, but like I'm saying, they possess subtle bodies. And because of that, it makes it a little bit difficult for people who are very basic in life to see them. But they are there. And you know, those of us watching us here, there are many experiences that we encounter in our day-to-day lives that are based on the presence of these guardian angels.
Well, okay. When we say the guardian angels, are they the same angels we've been hearing about in the Bible, like Michael and...
No. There are the few angels that have been named in the Bible. They are the archangels.
Okay.
You know, basically in mysticism, the archangels are 13. And according to mystical understanding, those 13 names are not supposed to be mentioned at the same time.
Oh, what happened?
You see, the fact of the matter is people do things without knowing.
Okay.
That anytime these 13 guardian angel names are mentioned simultaneously, whatever we are thinking of will happen.
For real?
For real. So for instance, maybe we are talking about killing somebody, and at the same time we discuss about the 13 holy names of these guardian angels. That kind of killing is going to happen. Likewise, we are thinking of doing some good things, and at the same time we discuss about the 13 names of these beings. That thing will be able to come to fruition. So it is said that the 13 names of those archangels must be respected, and we don't just have to play with them because it carries some potencies.
Okay.
So the archangel aside, that's what the Bible talks about. But apart from those archangels, there are a lot of angels the Bible talks about. There's an incident in the Bible where there was a prophet, and this prophet was moving with a disciple. It happened that some kind of enemies were about attacking them. So the disciple was very much afraid. And the master, the prophet, was just there being bold and calm and sober. But the disciple was just shaky. So this guru said, okay, I need to let this guy know that we are not alone. The disciple was thinking that, okay, there's so much enemy coming, we are just two. So the guru, the master, the prophet, gave a divine eye to the disciple. And he could see thousands and thousands of angels ready to They were battle ready with weapons, that they were ready just for a command from the prophet for them to attack the enemies. So these are the angels. So like I'm saying, the angels are actually messengers, they are musicians, they are dancers.
Okay.
Those ordinary angels in the Bible. And then the archangels are the warriors. They are, when there's battle, they go out and fight. They are commanders. Now apart from that, we have the Gandharvas. We have the Apsaras. We have many other angels, different brackets of the angels. Okay? So among some of these angels, some of them are guardian angels of some personalities. So like you have your own guardian angel, I do have mine, everybody here, we all have our...
So are they here now?
Sorry?
Are they here now?
Everybody, wherever you go, your guardian angels are there. So mystically, those who are mystics, when they are taking their bath, they don't bath naked.
Why?
Because they assume that wherever they are, the guardian angels are there.
Okay.
So when they are bathing, like if you go to the ancient world, like maybe Bangladesh, India, and those places, when people are bathing, they cover their private part with some cloths. We call it gamcha. So after everything, they will cover with the new one, and then they can use the old one to towel themselves. So they don't naked themselves even in their own bathroom. But when they are making love, especially when they are married people,
okay,
you don't just go ahead and have sex. There are prayers you need to do, seeking permission. That even if there is something that they have to go in between you and your wife, your guardian angel must, like, this secret service that protects the president. If you have ever watched these kind of CIA movies.
FBI.
FBI. Apart from the FBI, they have secret service.
Okay.
They specifically for the White House.
Okay.
So what they do, they follow the president anyway. So when he's in the room with the wife, they don't go inside the room, they stay outside. And they will face their back with the door. Whatever happens, then they're just protecting the person. So same way. When you understand the mistakes when it comes to guardian angel, you understand that your guardian angel is always with you. But when you want to kind of have a union with your wife, according to mystical science, you must do some prayers before you do that. And when you say those prayers, the guardian angel knows that you want to have a union with your wife, so they give you that kind of freedom to go ahead. They don't look at you. But when you're going to take your shower, they always want to be there. That's why it is said that mystical people don't bath naked. You have to wear something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me take you back to the 13. Is it the 13 angels?
Guardian angels, yeah.
Do you know their names?
No, there are many. I know some. Michael is there, Gabriel is there. I mean, Uriel is there. There are many, but I won't mention. Like I said, it's not good for me to mention all the 13 names.
Okay. And is it one angel assigned to one person, or we have...
Yes. Each person is assigned to by an angel. Each person.
Okay.
And you can just imagine that on earth, we are almost like 8 billion now or so. So it means that, and that number is very insignificant. When it comes to the number of angels we have, each person is assigned. And there are some qualities in life when one begins to imbibe them. You also attract other angels for yourself. For instance, if you are very patient, you can attract an angel of patience who can become your guardian angel. You have your original guardian angel. But any qualities you possess, you're able to attract special angels that is in charge of that kind of virtue. So there are people, when they move with a battalion of angels because they have so many good virtues.
Wow. Okay, so this question baffles me. Are they, the way we have the polarity in this world, like male and female, are there also female angels and male angels?
We have female angels and we have male angels. Femininity and masculinity only doesn't exist in the spiritual world. In the material, wherever you go, we have males and females.
Okay.
All the way to the demigods. Don't forget, the demigods are just a direct representation of God in the material world. They still have females and males. They engage in sex life, they have children. The same what happens here, same thing happens there. So, femininity and masculinity only doesn't exist in the spiritual world, but apart from the spiritual world, wherever you go. Many a times when I talk about this, people say, how can the angels have sex and all that? The Bible is a story that the angels saw that the women on earth were beautiful, were attractive. They came down here, they had sex with them. And according to the Bible, they gave birth to giants. So if sex is not out there, what the hell will even happen at first for them to even get attracted to a woman? So it is something that I already engage in. If you have never eaten fufu before, when you see fufu now, would you like to eat? You only get attracted to fufu when you have ever seen fufu before, or seen somebody eating fufu,
Okay.
and then you want to try it. Okay? So yes, there's sex there. We have males, we have females,
Okay.
angels, archangels, demigods. Wherever you go in the material world, this sex exists.
That brings me to another question. We have the gross body. Angels have what kind of
Angels don't have a gross body, they have subtle body.
So how can a subtle body have sex with a gross body?
Have you ever heard a story of somebody who dreams and have sex with a woman in the dream?
Yes.
And the following day, they tells you they saw semen in their panties?
Yes.
Was the woman in the room?
No.
In real life, the woman was not there. Sex happened.
Okay.
It means that one can have sex with a subtle body. So yes, angels have sex. Same way you dream. In your dream, you find yourself in Kumasi, even though you live in Accra. And in that dream, you had a sex there in Kumasi. You didn't fly. You didn't go by air. You didn't go by road. You had sex in the dream. The following morning in Accra, you saw semen in your pint. It happened softly, but it was actually happening. So if you are able to have sex or you are able to experience things in our dream, don't forget the dream is to get the experience of the subtle body. So those bodies that we experience our dreams with, these are the bodies the angels possess. So for instance, in your dream, you saw yourself in the US, you saw yourself doing something, having sex in the US, and just within 15 seconds, you are back in your room. How many hours will it take you by air to the US? More than 12, 13 hours. But because the subtle body has no limitations, you're able to travel there within a twinkling of an eye and go and enjoy yourself, have sex there in the dream, and just after you wake up, now you are back in Accra. So the angels don't have limitations. Same way, we are able to have this kind of movement in the dream world. That's what happens to the angels. So yes, sex goes on there. Even though they don't possess the gross body, they use their subtle body to enjoy sex.
So back to the Bible. When the angels descended, did they descend subtly? And how did they have sex with the female humans?
Like I told you before, the other bodies, among the 400,000 species, the human bodies, some are superior.
Okay.
So for human beings, I know some human beings that are able to divide themselves into 8.
Wow.
We call the 8 cities. When one is able to get to the highest position in yoga, one will be able to divide himself into 8. The only difference, or the only difference between the original body and the other body is only the original body will be having a shadow. All the other 7 wouldn't have a shadow. But everything is so identical that you won't be able to identify who is the original person. That is somebody who has attained the highest point in yoga practice. 8. This is a human being on us. Some people can be, if somebody is having this kind of ability, he can be in 8 places at the same time. Same face. Okay? So this is just a human being who has attained some supreme position in the yoga process. The angels, they have the ability to change to anything. The demigods, they have their power to assume any form. So yes, in the Bible story, there were angels in a subtle body, but when they descended, they are able to transform themselves into a gross body like you. In the Bible, there are many stories. For instance, Abraham received some angels. Lot, when the angels were going to burn Sodom and Gomorrah, they appeared there. They went there, they ate, according to the Bible story.
Yes.
So you ask yourself, how will an angel eat with a subtle body? They are able to transform their body into anything they want at will, because they have that ability. See, any being that is able to advance so much on the subtle realm, you should be afraid of that person. If anybody is able to make so much advancement to the point of, attaining all the cities, when I say cities, I mean powers on the subtle realm, you should be careful, because on the subtle realm, there's no limitations. People can do worse things, bad things, dangerous things when they have those powers, because there's no limitation. That's why they said that you should be very careful with those who are able to master with the element, especially with the subtle element, because they don't have limitations. So yes, angel up there, they have a subtle body. They came down, according to the Bible story, they had sex with human beings like we human beings like this. How did they do it? Is it some air that was floating on the bodies of those ladies? No. They assume real form like humans, and they engage in that act. Okay? When they want to go back now, they drop all this nonsense material body like gross body, and then they fly out and go.
Okay.
Sure.
So the golden question now, how can one connect to his or her guardian angel?
Yeah, I think this is a very, very important question that most people who are interested, those who are spiritual aspirant, people who want to really understand life, these are some of the questions they ask. It is not very easy. Why? Because it is not an event, it's a process. Okay? Seeing your guardian angel is not an event, it's a process. You see, water is liquid.
Yes.
But when it's kept in the deep for long, it becomes solid. Right. Iron rod is solid. But when it stays in fire for too long, it attains all the qualities of fire and it can burn on its own. The human being can transform. We can transform ourselves to be able to see our guardian angels. Like I said before, it is not an event, it's a process. So let's see if I will be able to explain to the understanding of your viewers. You see, one must first understand the law of karma. If I say karma, karma is a Sanskrit word which means the cause and effect. That to every action, there is opposite and equal reaction. That whatever you sow, you must reap. That is the law of karma. So each and every spiritual aspirant must understand this science. And the science of karma will lead you to the science of reincarnation. Because the science of karma will tell you, you planted a seed, mango seed. You must enjoy that mango seed. But if something happens along the way that you are unable to enjoy that mango seed, you must come back to come and enjoy it because you planted it. And that will just take you into the science of reincarnation. So you must understand these principles of life. The science of reincarnation and the science of karma. This basic understanding will change you. It will change who you are. Because when you know and when you understand that whatever action you perform, there is going to be a corresponding reaction, you will be very careful. Right? Okay. If you know very well that this person that you want to go and steal from, after stealing from this person, one day you have to face the same situation. You'll be very careful. If you understand that this man who has employed you in his firm, and this person is helping you to take care of your family, if you understand or you really know that whatever bad thing you do to this CEO will come back to you, you will be a good employee. So the science of karma and the science of reincarnation, that is the foundation of you becoming a spiritual aspirant. So when you understand these principles, so don't forget one thing. When one becomes advanced in mysticism, one is able to do the undo. Okay?
When you say the undo, what do you mean?
There are many things that seems to be super normal. Many things. Like for instance, somebody is pregnant and the person goes to the hospital and the doctor said that the baby is crossed this way. And because of that, we have to do CS, we have to do surgery. And that kind of surgery is because the head is on the left side, the legs are on the right side. That kind of CS, he's going to cut the body like this. And then the mystical person will just close the eyes and hold the baby in the womb and turn the baby and the head comes down. These are supernatural things.
So it means we are all connected in a way.
Everybody is connected.
Wow.
All of us connected. So some of these things, mystical people are able to do. And many other things. Somebody called in abroad and said, please, I'm having terrible stomach problem. Please, they should call the 911. I mean, that kind of thing. And the person calls, you also, okay, take the water. Open the water. You recite some words on it, drink the water. Instead, the person begins to vomit and the person is okay. So what I'm saying is that when one is able to master the elements, you begin to become, you're able to do some supernatural things or maybe some abnormal, so-called abnormal things. So for one who is trying to become spiritually inclined, you must understand these basics. Reincarnation and the science of karma. These are the basic things. If you don't understand these two things, don't even try because you're going to wound yourself. Spiritual knowledge is a two-way sword. If you're unable to handle it properly, you kill yourself. So you acquire so much knowledge, so much ability to do mystical things, but you don't understand the basic, the foundation of reincarnation and karma. You will use that knowledge to harm yourself. If I say you harm yourself with the same knowledge, what I mean is, You have ability, power, that you can change things. But you don't know that whatever you do will come back to you. So you go ahead and do nonsense. You get what I'm trying to say?
And at the end of the day,
it will come back to you.
Okay.
Because you don't understand the basics of life. And the basis of life is reincarnation and karma.
Okay.
So my advice is, you want to see your guardian angel, it is possible. But it is not an event. It's a process. And the process is you must understand who you are first. You are not this body. You are a spirit soul. You are part and parcel of God. You are here because of what happened so many years ago. And whatever you do today is going to produce another body. So these are the basic understanding. It will link to the law of karma. It will link to the law of reincarnation. So with this basic understanding, then now you begin to behave like a human being. A civilized human being for that matter. You don't do unto others what you don't expect to be done to you. You do only to others what you expect others to do to you. You love other people because you want people to love you. You are very careful and very calculative when it comes to your steps. Because you understand that whatever you do, the law of karma is going to react. So when you begin to behave and act this way, you are not just a human being, but you are a civilized human being. And a civilized human being, you are paving your way to the other realms where you're able to interact with beings who possess only subtle bodies. So you don't have to single-handedly work that I want to go and see my guardian angel. No. You become a civilized human being by doing what civilized human being does. And that alone will pave way for you to be able to connect to subtle realm. So the guardian angel is always there 24/7. They are very stubborn. They won't listen. Whatever you do, they still follow you. You know, they tell you things subtly. At times you'll be hearing that it's like you want to do something, and it's like some thin voice telling you, don't do this, don't do that. At times you get to a point you want to go left and somebody says go right. These are the sayings of the guardian angels. You don't know. So yes, the guardian angel told you to go right. You went left. If you're a human being, okay, go. I won't follow you again. But they will follow you. All the nonsense we keep on doing in life, they have to be with that because they've been assigned to us. So what I'm saying is, when able to build a foundation properly, you don't just be fighting to see your guardian angel. The guardian angel will manifest. Because you begin to develop subtle energies, you begin to develop some positive energies, and those energies will attract them. See, when you pass stool on the street, what will it attract?
Flies.
Flies. You might think that there are no flies around this area, but just open this gate, and then somebody pass stool here. Give ourselves only 2 minutes, you'll see the whole place will be filled up with flies. Okay? If you're looking for a bee, go and drop some honey somewhere. You'll attract them instantly. So the truth of the matter is that our way of doing things attracts either positive energy or negative energies. So if we understand the science of reincarnation and the science of karma, we will be forced to do good things, and those good things will produce positive energies. And those positive energies will attract divine beings. And part of that is our guardian angels will feel comfortable being around us because they know that we will do things that they want. So don't waste the time that you're looking for your guardian angel. Start building yourself. The foundation matters. It's so important. If you don't build a foundation, trust me, you will be wasting your time. Build a foundation. In fact, there's a saying in Hare Krishna that don't work so hard to see God. It is almost impossible. Stop working so hard because you want to see God. But it is probably impossible. But work so hard to the point that God would like to see you. It might seem to be the same thing, but it's not. Don't work so hard trying to see God. That is almost impossible. But work so hard to the point that God would like to see you. For instance, let me give you an example. If you decide to go and see Akufo-Addo, who is the president of Ghana, our first gentleman of the land, sitting here in this house, and you want to see Akufo-Addo, tell me how long will it take for you to go through all the protocols to see Akufo-Addo in the Flat House?
Very long.
It might not even happen. But as soon as maybe Akufo-Addo watch my video on the Facebook, and he say, I like this guy, I want to see him. That same day Akufo-Addo will see me. So don't work hard to see God. Work hard that God would like to see you. When you want to see God, the trouble is so much. But when God wants to see you, like this. And how do you build this kind of stuff? You try to build your foundation properly by following the laws of karma, the laws of reincarnation. Understand them. These are laws. They don't belong to any religion. Because if you plant tomatoes as a farmer, you go back to the farm after 2-3 months and you pluck tomato. You don't go and pluck cassava. Right? If you're Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist or a traditional or Hare Krishna, you plant pepper. After 3 months you go back, it is only pepper you'll be able to pluck from the tree. That is the law of karma. So the science of karma and the science of reincarnation, it is no religion's philosophy. It is the philosophy of reality. The science of karma says that
whether you believe or not.
Whether you believe, I mean, what is your belief? What is your belief? Somebody believe that when I take poison, I won't die. Take the poison. My brother, they will bury you. Obituary will be on the wall very soon. So the fact of the matter, it is not based on your belief, my brother. It is based on the truth, the reality. You know? So the fact of the matter is that the science of reincarnation and the science of karma, if you are a Christian and Muslim and you don't understand this principle, trust me, you are not there yet. You are not there. You are far away. It's like somebody want to go to university and the person is still in nursery. Huh? You have so many years ahead of you. Not being sincere with you.
Okay.
If you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, or a Christian, whatever it is, and you don't understand the principles of reincarnation and the principles of karma, you are a million miles away from your destination. Because whatever you do will be based on hearsay. Whatever you do will be based on beliefs. And belief changes. You must have realized knowledge. So in Krishna consciousness, there is a saying that you are not this body, but a spirit soul, part and parcel of God. So this is the beginning. So every devotee knows, I am not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Everybody knows. But that is just the first point. The second point is, how do you realize this knowledge of I am not this body? So it's not like just saying that you are not this body. Do you have any evidence to prove that you are not this body? If the answer is no, it means that you are just saying. You have to get to the point whereby when you sit in the meditation, then instantly you see yourself here, and you see this is your gross body sitting down here. And the body looks exactly like you, and you are here, handsome than this. You look more effulgent, more brilliant.
Is that what we call astral projection?
The astral, yes.
We will come back to that topic.
One day,
yes.
Right. It's a very beautiful topic also, so I will be ready to expatiate on that. Okay. So now, you saw yourself here. It is not like this, it's like a dream, but reality. So now when you come back to consciousness and you're telling people that I am not this body, you are not just saying it.
You know.
You have experience, you know, you don't believe, you know. You get it? So that is it. You are not this body, you are spirit soul. You must realize this philosophy of you are not this body. And how do you do that? There are processes for you to do this. So what I'm saying here is guardian angels can be seen, but it is not an event. It is a process. And the beginning of the process is you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. Secondly, you must understand the laws of reincarnation. You must understand the laws of karma. If your pastor or your imam told you these teachings are teachings of some religion, he himself is so lost. So lost. Because without these teachings, without this understanding, your religiosity is just a matter of religiosity. And if your religiosity doesn't end in spirituality, you're wasting your time. I hope I'm not talking too much.
I'm soaking in the information.
Thank you, sir.
But some people say guardian angels are linked to our ancestors. Some say our ancestors are guardian angels. What are they?
No. The ancestors are there and guardian angels are there. When you are taking your birth in this material world, an angel is assigned to you.
Okay.
You get it? So, but the ancestor became an ancestor when he dies. So before the ancestor started dying, now were you having a guardian angel? So yes, you automatically have it as soon as you take birth. It's an angel specifically meant for your guidance. It's always with you.
Okay.
But ancestors become ancestors after our early people have passed on. Then they go to the ancestral world. So ancestors are different from guardian angels. But some of these, our great-grandparents and family members, when they leave this material realm, because they don't possess the gross body again, they have a subtle body, they are able to influence on things that happens to us. So yes, there are personalities when they leave the family, they go to the ancestral world and they find ways and means of helping that family. Some of them go and they even curse that family. So these things are there, but you cannot equate the position of the ancestral beings to that of guardian angels. They are two things apart.
Okay, so when we exit this material world, does our guardian angels go with us?
When you exit the material world, and if you are a very sinful person, you go to hell. Okay? You go to hell. And when you are entering into the gate of hell, your guardian angel waits for you.
When you say hell, do you mean the Bible hell, fire?
I don't know what the Bible means when you say hell, but the reality of hell is that we have 28 different kind of planets, and all these planets are considered to be hellish planets. And depending or based on your lifestyle on earth, you'll be given to one specific hell. There is a place like that. We have two different kind of hells, though, before I continue.
Okay.
We have hellish condition, and we have hellish planet. There are people on earth now, they are human beings like me and you, but they are experiencing hellish condition. Because for instance, somebody is born blind, the person is crippled, is born into a poor family, in a far village, there's no water, there's nothing there, mosquito bites them anyhow, you go anywhere, snakes are chasing you. You are human being on earth, but already you're living like in hellish condition. You suffer everywhere. In your life, there's nothing like enjoyment. Only problems. The water you have to drink with the animals. Somebody is sick. Somebody want to give birth. They want to go to the hospital. They have to go and look for Bobo Yard. After the Bobo Yard drive for about 1 hour, they have to cross the river by people carrying you and that kind of thing. You are a human being here, but you are experiencing hellish condition. And then there are specific places. Planets, like the way we have our Earth planets, which are hellish planets.
Okay.
And human beings are sent there after death if they are very sinful and they deserve those places. You can decide to believe in these things, but trust me, these are not beliefs, they are realities. Maybe you have never ever had any experience like that before. So as I'm speaking, somebody might be saying, Nabawudana. Have you ever died before? Yes, all of us have ever died before. You that you're watching me, you have ever died before. All of us. All of us, this is not our first time here. We have ever died before. Many of us are forgetting. Some of us don't forget. So after death, you'll be judged. And based on that judgment, it's either you go to hell or you go to the kingdom of God. I mean, you go to hell or you go to the heaven or the kingdom of heaven. If you're a pure soul, you don't go through judgment. It's automatic. As soon as you die, there are angels specifically meant for pure souls. They will just come and take you. You don't go to the court of Yamaraj. Yamaraj is the angel of death.
Okay.
It's like, say, the Supreme Court judge. What is the Chief Justice? That's the position of Yamaraj. So all the sinful people who go to that court, you'll be judged. And based on that judgment, you are sent to hell or you are sent to the heavens. But hell and heaven is not eternal. They were all created, so one day they will be destroyed. So you go to hell or heaven based on the quality of your goodness or the intensity of your sinfulness. So for instance, somebody who is very sinful dies and the person has to go and spend 10,000 years in one hellish planet. After the 10,000 years, you'll be taken out. I hope you know punishment is meant for rectification, right?
Rectification means correction.
Correction.
Okay.
So punishment is meant for correction. So you have kids in their house, they misbehave. Like I remember when we were kids, and I used to like meat like anything. Anyway, now I'm a vegetarian for many years now. I've been a vegetarian for more than 27 years or so. So those days, you'll have about 5-6 kids in the same room. Your mother and your father is in one room, and all of you in one room. And then they'll prepare soup in the evening that tomorrow morning we'll prepare banku. The next morning they don't see the meat in the soup. They said that who went there? Who went there? Nobody says it. It's okay. Nobody will eat meat for 1 week in this house. So all of us, they won't give you meat when they are giving food now. Empty, nothing will be there. We can cry a whole day. We go through like a week. So after a week now, our parents will start giving us the meat. Why did they do that? Someone stole the meat from the soup. We must punish them so they don't go and repeat that. So they expect that after the 1 week hunger over meat, we will not go back and steal it again. So this is the science behind punishment. So if punishment is not meant for this kind of correction, then it is not punishment. It is nonsense. The Bible says that we should forgive people how many times?
77 times 7.
So God is expecting we, the sinful souls, to forgive people 77 times 7 times. And He, God, give us only one life. And if one is sinful, He condemns you to eternal damnation. What kind of nonsense is that? Does it make sense to anybody?
No, it doesn't make sense.
That we, the human beings, that God said that we were created in sin. That the very day we took our birth on this earth, we were sinful because we are the descendant of Adam and Eve. He, God, He is a pure soul. He expects we, the eternally sinful people, to forgive people 7 times 77. But for Him, the supreme being, who is sinless, He gives you only one lifetime. And if you are unable to become a perfect soul, He sends you to eternal damnation. That is wickedness. I'm telling you, punishment is meant for rectification. So even when you go to hell, you'll be given a number of years that merits the sins you committed. Likewise, if you go to heaven, you'll be given a number of years that will merit the goodness. That's why Jesus said, heaven and earth shall pass away. Huh? Heaven was created. It will be passed away. So if you are going to heaven for eternity and heaven is going to pass away, does it really make any sense to you? So what I'm trying to say is here is that when someone dies, the person will be sent to hell if the person is evil.
Okay.
And it is not for eternity. It is based on the merit of your sin. You stole a goat, you go to court, they jail you for 6 months. You kill a human being, maybe you go for 25 years. You commit maybe some terrorism, you go for maybe 50, 70 years. Based on the intensity of your sin, you'll be given a specification when it comes to the punishment. So God is not a nonsense God. God is a reasonable personality. He reasons very, very well. That somebody who steals a goat, and somebody who kills a whole city, and somebody who bomb a whole country, they can't have the same punishment. They can't. Because even human beings, we don't have mature intelligence. We still know that you stole some cassava, so go to jail for only 2 months. But this person has been stealing and robbing you have to go for 25 years. So we think that we have this kind of sense of discrimination. But for God, He doesn't have that intelligence. So as soon as you are sinful, you go to hell for eternity. So I'm saying that hell cannot be eternal, and heaven too is not for eternity. But the whole point is that the number of years that you have to spend in the hells and in the heavens, as in the calculation of the human years, seems to be eternal.
Okay.
So the Bible was written to help us to understand. For instance, the lifespan of beings living in a planet called Brahmaloka, the highest of all the heaven planets. The lifespan, they live for 311 trillion 40 billion years. Your 100 years here is 311 trillion 40 billion years in heavenly calculations. You know why? Because a day in Brahmaloka is 2.4 billion years. A night in Brahmaloka is 4.2 billion years. So 8.4 billion. 24 hours in Brahmaloka is 8.4 billion years. And they are living up to 1 day, up to 30 days. 30 days, that's 1 month times 12 is 1 year. 1 year like that times 100. 311 trillion 40 billion years. Your same 100 years. The ants are living to 100 years. The goats are living to their own 100 years. Even the mosquito, they are living to their 100 years. The virus, the germs that live for only 24 hours, they are living for their 100 years. But when you begin to link that to your own earthly calculations, that's where the problem lies. For instance, when a human being dies at the age of 25, everybody will complain and say, this person did not grow. It is so sad that a young, beautiful lady like this have to die at this age. this is so unfair. But when a goat lives for 10 years, what do you say? This goat has overgrown. You are calculating the lifespan of the goat in the human lifespan. So you see, 10 years to be too much for the goat. But 25 years is not too much for the human being. It is too small. So when you go to the goat environment also, 2 years is so much enough. When a goat lives for 2 years, that is so much enough in the calculation of the goat world. When a mosquito lives for 2 months, it is so much, right?
Yes.
Because according to science, mosquito live for only 7 days.
Yes.
So when a mosquito lives for 2 months, he has overgrown. But when the human being lives for 2 months, has he overgrown?
No.
So in the human calculation, time factor is very important. Okay. So here, someone lives for 90 years and everybody's happy. Oh, a life well lived. So they're doing a funeral, everybody want to wear white. That's 90 years. Okay? But if you go to up there, that your 90 years is just a blink of an eye. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So the lifespan up there, as compared to here, if you bring it here, it is eternity. Because a human being lives 100 years and he becomes the most oldest person in Guinness record book. If somebody gets 200 years now, hey, the person has broken the record of, but 200 years, if you go to the moon, just a day here is 6 months in the moon. Okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, the lifespan as compared to that of here makes the whole thing a little bit weird if you want to understand it in the perspective of a human being. So you say heaven is eternal. Because you go there, here you are spending 100 years, you are very happy, and then you are going to stay for 311 trillion, not billion, 311 trillion years, 40 billion years. So let's even drop the 311 trillion. Get the 40 billion years. Can you calculate it? So when you say a human being is going to live for 40 billion years now, the person is going to live for life.
Yes.
But apart from that, there's another 311 trillion. So with this kind of lifespan, those that are writing the Bible, as in comparison to the lifespan of the human being, heaven is eternal.
Wow. We've diverted a little, but then the topic was so interesting, so we couldn't. I think we have a video on that on YouTube, right?
Sure, yeah, I think I have.
Heaven, Hell, Kingdom of God.
Yes, I do have some video like that.
Transformations.
Era. We
okay.
have a video on YouTube like that about heavens and stuff. You can just go and watch.
If you want to get more understanding of the video, please go and watch. And back to the guardian angel side.
Mm-hmm.
This is a personal question. Has anybody actually approached you and asked you they want to see their guardian angels, and did you help them?
You're uncountable people. But the truth of the matter is that you can't help anybody to see a guardian angel unless you're a fake person. There are ways and means to channel things and create things, instantly collect money from people. You know, somebody wants to see some guardian angel, you just do some mantra on the person's forehead like that, the person begins to see hallucination, see many things flying around. Pay me $10,000. Yes, give me, take, I see my guardian angel. That kind of, these are fake things. If you want to see your guardian angel, it is not an event. It is a process. You must work for it yourself. Nobody can help you. The only help somebody can offer you is by giving you the kind of information I'm giving you. So based on this information, you can help yourself. When you're hungry, can somebody eat for you?
No.
Huh? You're hungry so much, and your wife said, Daddy, the food is ready. Please go and sit down. Let me eat the food for you. And the person said, eat all the food. That day, you marriage will end that day. You're hungry, you have to eat it yourself. So nobody can help you to see your guardian angel. The person can help you to give you the basis, the foundations, the information that will help you to guide you there. So yes, so many people come in. I want to have a third eye. The thing is so easy. They come, Daddy, please help me. I am into this and I need a third eye to see. If it's very easy, the people that you want to have the third eye against now, they would have gone for third eye a long time before you came here. I mean, yes, me, I'm in this group and I want to go and get the third eye so I see whatever everybody's doing. If it's that very easy, all of them would have been having the third eye before you even thought of going for it. So what I'm trying to say is that these things are real, they are truths, but nobody can help you to see your guardian angel. Okay. The only help they can offer is by giving you the basic, the direction that I'm giving, the mentoring, so that you'll be able to assist yourself. because it is not an event. It is a process. If it's a process, you must practice it yourself. When you practice it yourself, you will enjoy the outcome. You know, when you toil, work so hard, at the end of the month you are being given some money, you enjoy that money. You can go and take some money on the street, you can just go and squander everything the whole day. You don't care, you don't struggle for it. So you must go out there, struggle for it. And the foundation I told you, reincarnation and the science of karma. This is the beautiful foundation. And now up to, adding that up to, you are not this body but you're spiritual. This is the foundation. And trust me, if you accept this truth and you begin to practice it, within a short time you have access of seeing your guardian angel. It is not story, truth.
So some people also say they know their guardian angel, they know their names, they read on the internet. How do they communicate with them?
Yeah, see, the whole point is that there are mystics that have been able to delve into the science of angels and stuff. So based on your astrological calculations, you'll be able to deduce. So that's one that I didn't tell you. See, we have 12 zodiac signs. Okay. So all the zodiac signs come with the guardian angel. So it means that all people born within that zodiac sign will have one specific angel that takes care of them. But your personal guardian angel, nobody will be able to explain that to you. Because that's up to you. It is not on the internet. You can't find that. But an angel who takes charge of, say, Capricornians, it is very easy you'll be able to find that. But when it comes to me as a person, the angel that follows me, you cannot tell me what kind of angel, because there's not something you can just go and see on the internet. Okay, but we have global guardian angels. Okay. Like for instance, maybe every country is being assigned to a special angel. So you can say, okay, everybody living in this country, this angel is what is taking care of you. That's something you can give. But the individual members within the country, they all have separate different guardian angels. So that one is personal and you should not be able to say it.
Okay. But I think we've exhausted, an hour. Wow. Before we go, can you tell us your experience with your guardian angels? Not specifically, but with angels in general.
Yeah, I'll just tell you one story. I remember some time ago, I have one pastor friend of mine who has been troubling me. Jnana, please, I need to... He was not even asking for a guardian angel. He was asking for an angel to work with because he's a pastor. So I said, okay. No, but there's something I don't do. Unless maybe I know the person is sincere, the person will not abuse it. Because this kind of knowledge is powerful. That if one begins to abuse it, it's really not so good. So, but I've been with this guy for some time, so I knew him to be somehow a good person. So I took him to India, Mayapur. And there's one Baba there, very powerful guy. He's there with the wife. They are powerful like anything. So we went there and we sat down. He asked us, I said, he's my very good friend, he's a pastor. And he says that he needs an angel to work with. He's a man of God. But now, if you don't have power to heal and prophesy and stuff, people don't even come to your church. Yeah. So you might know the whole Bible in your head. Nobody will come and listen to it. So he needs some ability to do healing, to do some kind of miracles. That will bring people closer so that you'll be able to preach to them. That's okay, no problem. So this Baba and the wife, they gave the things. I remember they gave some kabacha, like this on the right side. They have to put it here. And on Fridays, he's not supposed to eat meat. There's some laws. Some days he can't have sex. This is something. One thing I forgot. The angels have their own rules and regulations. People do not think that you can just have them, and no, they have rules and regulations. So with this one, there were many other things like that the man is not supposed to do. So after he was given this amulet here, we call it kabacha. So it's like, so where is the spirit? The man said, go, spirit will come. So I remember we stayed like a week in Mayapur. When we came back, just the next day morning, I was even sleeping when this guy came knocking my door. Jnana, Mamenaba. That's the way he was saying it. Like the woman has come. So I was like, what is it? Take your time. He was just happy and like confused. Many things mixed together. He said, Mamenaba. He said, the spirit. So I said, take your time and explain. So he was there. So in the morning, he went to his prayer room because I told him to have he said, Pastor, you must have a prayer room. Your church is not enough. Your church is where you meet, you gather your people to preach to. But in your own solace, in your own silent hour, you must have a place for yourself.
Okay.
But this had already taught him that, so he was having this kind of prayer room that all this while. In the morning, you want to go and have prayer from bed with your wife. Yes, you can say your prayers there. But as a man of God, you must go to the bathroom, take a shower, and go to your prayer room to go and do your prayers. This is how a mystical person operates. You didn't say I'm a pastor, I can do anything, so I lie on the bed and pray and do. No. You can stay on the bed and do your prayers. That is emergency prayer. But you should have time within the day that you do your prayers. So when you want to have this, you go to your secret rooms. Not secret as in putting some kind of juju or maybe some voodoo power there.
Okay.
You should have a place assigned to one God, that this is where I meet my God. When you have any difficulty, you go to that end, you know that God will meet me here. So he was having his own prayer room like that. So he was there, he have a seat. So after his prayer, he was just sitting down there. I told him how to do meditation and all that. So he said he was just there doing breathing exercise. And then something told him to open it. When he opened the eyes, now he saw a beautiful woman like that, with all the ornaments decorated, sitting down. So he said he got shook and he was about running away. And this beautiful damsel smiled and said, you came for me. So I have come to see that, tell you that I'm here. So he came back to his senses and the personality was not there. So he came and was very happy. And within that period, this guy started making crowd. I'm telling you. Started making crowd. People were going to it because he was doing many beautiful things. So this is something like a guardian angel.
Okay.
But this is a given guardian angel for a purpose. Not like the one you will personally have from God. Okay. So you asked me a question about the experience with a guardian angel. This is something I can just tell you.
Wow.
People that can go and they have many spirits and they move in their cars, spirits sitting in the front of them, that kind of thing. So these are real things. To be honest with you, these are real things. But now social media is making things to be somehow. You speak about something great, something beautiful, where people must take time and learn. Instead of them taking their time to learn, they will rather insult and stuff. So people don't learn. So all the great things are going gradually. There are few people who are bold enough to come out to talking about what I'm saying here. There are many people they will keep to themselves. They will die and go. I mean, I've taken a vow that I want to die empty. Whatever I've studied in this life, I want to share before I die. That's some of these things I express. Because people, some go there, people will be insulting you under. They will insult. They will insult to the point that even your mother name will come inside. So at times, don't want any problem. Let me keep quiet, keep it to myself. After all, when I was learning this one, where are you? You were doing your nonsense. I have to suffer and study all these things. I served for many years before I got access to this information. So you want to insult me? Okay, go and stay. Let me keep it to myself. When you have problem, you come to me. I'll collect money. I'll be rich. No, I want to share with people. So the whole point is, don't just insult. Learn. There are things you might not know. You take your time, you will learn a whole lot of stuff from life. Thank you.
Thank you. We are grateful for having you. You are not Jnana Caksus anymore. I think there's another title attached to your name.
Yes, I was installed as the Nkoswahini of Domesia Traditional Council. Nana Ayebia for Jnana. Yeah.
What does the Ayebia for really mean?
No, I think it's an account name.
Okay.
Ayebia is somebody who has ever done it before.
Okay.
Oh, Ubia Wayebida. No, say for instance, maybe they want to give you some job to go and sleep here because you have swept the whole place. So they know you have ever swept all the other places, so you can do that job. So Ayebia for Ubia Wayebida, like somebody who is capable of doing that. Okay. And it's the Nkoswahini that's like developmental chief. So maybe it's like something I have done before, or maybe the chiefs have seen me doing some things and they want me to continue to do that. So Nana Ayebia for Jnana.
You're really trying.
Yeah, I mean, it's a service. I see it as a position of service, not a position of luxury. I mean, for me, my name, Jnana, people don't understand it. It supersedes any other name or title you will give me. Trust me. Jnana Caksus Das. Is it a professor, a doctor? Whatever name we give me cannot equate to the ability and the power in that name. So if I accept any position, not because of the name, because of the opportunity it will give me to serve humanity.
Okay.
So I see the Nkoswahine coronation or the instrument as an opportunity of service, not a place for luxury or enjoyment.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Please, do you have any number or social media?
Yeah, we have some number. Normally, I don't give my personal number because, at times people calls you, you're unable to speak with them. It's kind of disrespectful.
Okay.
You give your number and then you don't respond to calls and messages and stuff. It's wrong. So I can give my office number.
Okay.
So probably you want to speak with me, you can talk to the office. If something very urgent, probably they will be able to link you with me. So the number, we have two numbers. The first number is 0245 006467. I'll repeat the number. 0245 006467. Then the second one is 0302 918808. Repetition, 0302 918808. So these are the number. And if this is the first time you're watching us, we have a YouTube channel, and the channel name is Transformation Era. We have more than 500 videos there. You can go there. You start watching my videos, you won't go out. You will sit down the whole day and watch. You start watching my videos, you cannot pause because it's so enlivening. You learn so much. And on Facebook, we have Transformations where you are watching this video. So you should try and follow us and like us. Share this knowledge with other people. Invite your friends, because this is a platform for the mature minds. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, viewers. Part 2 of the how to meet your guardian angel will be coming up, but then we want you to also contribute. So kindly send your questions to Transformations 108 Foundation on Facebook. Yes, and on YouTube, when you are watching this on YouTube, then please comment your question under it, and we'll be asking Jnana Caksus Das for his input. Thank you very much. See you soon. Goodbye.